the witches?
Yeah, it's actually not a bedtime story. It's just like a regular movie. You can watch this video at night, but not late at night.
So we're gonna start right now.
Okay, so once upon a time, blah, 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 there was a little boy. He got into a car crash, but he survived, but his parents didn't. His car was upside down, and police found him. He was like probably in the woods. I don't know how. And then when like they were in the hospital, and his grandma picked him up.
His grandma picked him up, and then he was like, "Wait, where are we going? To my house?" And then the grandma said, "No, to my house."
We're going home. To my house? No, to my house. And then when they went home, the little boy was just still sad. Like, he didn't eat or like have fun. But the grandma did something really funny. When the little boy was sitting in the living room, she turned on some music and danced.
And then after she danced, she was like, "Come on, baby, reach out, come on."
She wanted the little boy to dance with her, but the little boy refused. And later, probably like the next day, they went to the market. The grandma was the cashier, and the little boy was just looking for some nails. And when he was going to the nail section, not the nails, long nails, just the nails for hammer. There was an old lady who said like, "Here, little boy, have some candy." She's a witch.
There's like a skeleton skull face. It's a face thing.
Yeah, and okay, before we move on to the story, this is about witches. So the witches hate children. They want all the children in the world to turn into mice.
And even if they take a bath, they think we smell like poop.
Yeah, like the cleaner we get, the poopier we smell.
To them, okay? Not to anybody else.
And if you watch the movie The Witches, you will know the witches. If they wear a big hat, they wear heels, and there's a Grand High Witch. She was like the leader witch. All the witches were bald. They had no toes, but the Grand High Witch only had a brother toe, and like they only had like 3 fingers,
like
this,
like Spider-Man.
And yeah. So moving on to the story.
They were like having rashes up on their heads, but the Grand High Witch had more of those.
Yeah. Moving on to the story in the market. So like when that witch offered the little boy some candy, the like little boy was confused because like she's like every witch has a little snake around their like bodies, only one snake. So she's like, "Here's some tasty candy." They talk like snakes. Oh, and one more thing about witches. You'll see some like lines almost straight up to their ears. So when they show their witch selves, when they talk, their mouths are kind of like this big.
No. Only the Grand High Witch has those.
Yeah.
And spoiler alert, we forgot to tell you, the little boy has a little pet mice.
So like the snake was on the witch's arm, and then it like, pretend I'm the little boy and this is the witch. It was the witch's snake. It was like right here, and the witch said, "Why don't you give her a kiss?" So like, yeah, and then when the grandma peeked in like, "Little man, aren't you gonna get some nails?" And the little boy was too scared to get nails, so then he just wanted to go home. And like, the grandma was ill, so like she just kept on coughing and all.
Yeah, and when they were like having fun, what did I say about the pet mice? Yeah, once they got the pet mice, they had like so much fun until that witch she told you in the store. Yeah, she said curses out at the window.
Yeah, I remember that. Like one of the witch was like spying on them in the night. Probably like in the middle of the night or something.
Dancing until the grandma coughed.
Yeah. And the next day remember in the middle of the night when after they got home from the store, the little boy told the grandma about that lady, that witch he saw. So then the grandma already knows about that witch. So backstory. When the grandma was still a little girl, she had a friend named Alice.
Alice
So
be something.
Yeah, so they were doing chores, holding buckets filled with water, and then Alice just disappeared. She took candy from a stranger, and
it was the Grand High Witch.
yeah, every witch offered children candy. So so they like use a purple potion. The potion have to keep cool. So like so the trick to make the children into mice is offering them candy. Cause like
No. Also chocolate. They put in like every single candy that the kids want.
yeah,
Or
like
food.
like
Type of food.
all kind of candy. But they can also do it by putting it into their ear or mouth. So, but they just only put it in the ear when their mouth doesn't open. So like yeah, they can also use it by smelling it. So like if you smell it, then they'll turn into mice.
And also, when the Grand High Witch gave Alice candy, the next day she turned into a big chicken.
Yeah, a really big chicken. Alice's family was like, "Have you seen Alice?" And the little boy's grandma was confused. Like Alice's parents didn't believe her. So like the grandma was just like, "She's right there." And then Alice was like, so like they just put Alice in the chicken pen house. I don't know what that is. And the grandma visits Alice's little penthouse every day. And when they got older, in the meantime, with the real story, while we were on to, like the grandma told the little boy that they had to leave the town.
No, like she was like this. Wait, why are we just sitting here? We have to pack.
And the little boy and the grandma went to the grandma's cousin's hotel. Like it was a really nice one, but I don't know what it looks like in reality because it's just a movie. So yeah, they got a room, probably 766.
766.
And the Grand High Witches is 666. And this is the funny part. Every time when the Grand High Witch says her room number, she's like 666.
Like 666.
Okay, so they got their room, and then like they just did normal stuff.
They got to the elevator, then gone to the 4th floor, which is their room, and then and then all the witches, plus the Grand High Witch, like came into the hotel.
Yeah, like and they were talking to like the hotel, you know, every time
Hotel manager.
I think so.
Yes.
And then they just had a room and all, and then she was talking loudly about the kids. They had like a rat remover.
A ballroom.
No, like I'm talking about the rats first. So like every time when they turn the children into mice, and every time the hotel workers see mice, they will call like a rat remover. Like a mice remover. You know what
A
it's
rat
called?
extinguisher.
Exterminator. So then the Grand High Witch said, "See, ladies, the hotel workers will take care of those brats. Take away those brats." And the hotel workers said, "You mean rats. Rats, okay?" And then she was like, she said something like she didn't expect him to talk. Like nobody asked him.
Okay, just be quiet and let me have my speech.
And then in the night, when the little boy and grandma were about to sleep, the grandma was telling everything about witches. Also, witches like have big nostrils, like you know, like
And whenever they smell, their nose get bigger. Like
yeah. I think that's it about witches, right?
I guess so. They have rashes on their head that I just
I know. Okay, so like yeah, in the morning, like the witch, the little boy and his pet mice, the one my sister was talking about. Yeah,
Her name is Daisy.
Yeah, the little boy named her Daisy, but spoiler alert, her real name is Mary. Okay. So yeah, when he was walking to the ballroom, he met a guy, and his name was Bruno something, and they became friends, like already. Bruno likes to eat snacks and all.
Chocolate bar, mostly chocolate bar.
So in the ballroom, he just like did some training. Usually when they train, Daisy aka Mary, will just walk on a
string,
like balancing. And then the witches just got into the ballroom, but the worker just told them that was their biggest room. Like, you know, and then they and the Grand High Witch was on the stage, and she said, "Remove your shoes." They all took off their shoes. Now all of the witches had
remove your gloves
and remove your wigs. And then they like they just talked about the potion. Yeah, but then so like when after the announcement and all, the Grand High Witch smelled the little boy. She's like, "Quiet!" And then when she's like, oh, and witches are really strong. They can carry big, heavy things. So she carried the stage and threw it off the floor, and then the stage is broken and all.
Also, Bruno came in.
Oh yeah,
Bruno came in and became mice.
Yeah. But before Bruno comes in, the little boy was actually hiding like in a thing.
A vent.
Yeah, a vent. I don't know how he fit there, but the Grand High Witch was just like confused. And then Bruno just knocked. "Where's my chocolate?" And then blah blah blah. Bruno also said that the Grand High Witch promised to give him 6 bars of chocolate.
Like this. "You'll promise me 6 bars of chocolate." Greediness.
Like, and then she put it behind. She only showed 1 bar of chocolate. Then she put it behind her back, and then she got 6 bars of chocolate. She's like a magician.
A bait. That's a bait right now. Because the chocolate that he ate, there's like rat poison thing. You know
the potion thing I was talking about.
Yeah. You were saying? Yeah, and then he became like, he was like shaking his head like, ugh.
Like when every time they turn into mice, all they do is just like their body shakes like this, something like that, and then they just turn into mice, like
pop, fly, turns into
so
a
they
mice.
just pop up in the air and then they just fall slowly like
bleh.
And then they just turn into mice. Bruno was a black mice. Oh, and if you were wondering, Daisy was a white mice, and she's a girl. If you guys already knew that. So then, like, the little boy didn't know Daisy could talk, because Daisy also got turned into a mice because she got poisoned too.
And once she heard about the grandma told the story about Alice, she decided not to talk.
Yeah, because like it might be dangerous for a mouse to talk, because sometimes people can't understand. Everybody is afraid of mice, right?
Just run away.
Yeah. Okay, so and then Daisy said, "I'm afraid of nothing," and then she scurried up to Bruno and then got him into the vent. But then the Grand High Witch started smelling the little boy.
No. Like Daisy accidentally led the Grand High Witch to the vent, and then the Grand High Witch was like, "Aha, there you are!" And then he like pulled.
She pulled the head like this. Hold up. Lay down.
Yep.
Okay. Like this. Like that. Get up now.
Yes.
And then she just like, all the witches like got on top of him like polices do sometimes, but they just held him on the leg and the arms like this. But there were a lot of witches. And then sometimes when the kids don't want to open their mouths, the witches just try to make them open their mouths like.
Yeah, but instead they go from the ear.
Yeah, and then the Grand High Witch was like, 1 drop, 2, 3, blast off. He turned into a red mouse.
For 1 drop, they'll turn into a mice for 1 hour. 2 drops, 10 minutes. 3 drops, already a mice.
Forever. But so when we watched the movie with our cousins, one of our cousins said like there were 3 parts. We just saw the first part, and then in the third part, one of the witches turned the children back into humans, kids. Okay, so we'll be right back. See you guys later.
See you guys later.